If you want a hot tip, if your internet can handle running both the live stream and a Discord stream at the same time, a Discord stream has less delay. If you want to just do that.
Yeah, well,
For me.
I'm pretty sure my connection doesn't allow that.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
if it doesn't. No, if it doesn't, that's fine. I'm just checking. Okay, there you go. Now I'm live. Whatever you just did, change it.
I will gladly do that, but my connection is crap.
That's all right. Okay, so you're still a bit quiet relative to me, so you're going to want to turn the output volume on your stream down and your input volume up.
How do I do that?
Okay, so you see while you're in that, you see when you're in the two, like, the audio sliders in there?
Let me check.
So what you want to do is the top one is your outputs.
Ooh, oh,
Okay.
alright.
And you see how it's going red? That means it's clipping. That means it's too loud. So I'm going to be way too loud. So I'm going to keep talking and turn that down until I'm at the top of the green or the bottom of the yellow.
Check.
Test, like there. And now talk. And I'll turn the stream on and let you know if it sound like we're equal.
Mine is at max, so can't go any further than that.
Okay, so turn me up a tiny bit. Just a little bit more. So you're at minus 31 dB, I think it says. Put me to like minus 29 instead or something. There you go. That's about right. Okay, now what you want to do is go down to onto the bottom one where it's registering your microphone. The bottom one is yours.
Yep.
Hit the little settings wheel on the right. All the way on the right. Yeah. And there should be, I can't remember if it's in property or capture or something like that. There should be an option.
I can't hear you anymore. It just went quiet. I think it's on your end. It's the microphone. No, now you're back. Now you're back. Should be audio properties. Volume, there it is.
Yeah, so see, you can boost yours now. So that might put it at risk of doing what's called clipping. It's going to kind of like break up and sound too loud like mine. But I'd rather that than you be too quiet. So now we can just keep testing this for a bit. So talk at me, and then I'll check how you sound on the stream.
I'll put it at 4. How do you hear me now?
There you go, that's better. I would go up to like 6 or 7 and then leave me where I'm at.
Okay. Let's do 5.5. Or 6.5.
Okay. And actually turn me up 1 more dB. 1 or 2. If you can.
Yeah. There you go. Try now. You're a bit quiet, you're coming and going, but I think it's... Yeah. It's an hardware issue. Not yet. You're really quiet. Still quiet, but a bit better. Still there. Nope.
Okay, how's that?
Way better now.
Okay, yeah, it's that fucking cable. It's those cheapo mic cables. My better one's way better.
Alright, we can begin then. We have
Awesome.
round 4, race for Spain at Jarama. It's a fairly old circuit, somehow underrated because you don't hear much about that. But it's pretty
One
good.
of the first actual modern, what we would consider a modern designed permanent circuits to be on the F1 calendar too, beginning in the early 70s. They built a fully closed course and everything that had proper runoffs and barriers and all of that, and it was considered one of the safest circuits on the calendar for decades.
We have, as usual, 2 races, 18 laps each. And we're starting off with the practice. Here you can see the track. There's some variety in the corners. But it's not boring at all.
Cool thing about turn 1 down in here is it doesn't.
Oh, you went quiet again.
How's that?
Now it's better. You're back. And now you went quiet again. Oh no. Well, in the meantime, while Ted is sorting out his microphone issues, we're having the practice session. As usual, I'm gonna skip it. And it looks like Tiffany Dell. He's pretty strong on this track, because it's 5/10 quicker than second place driver, which is John Newhouse. Third place we have Nathan McCain, the new Raven West car. And in fourth, Markus Zilic. In this race, we'll have the debut of car upgrades for some teams. And it seems they're already working for Racing Wombats, putting their driver in first place in practice. Let's see how they fare during qualify, which is starting now. I need to quickly check something. Here we are, the first cars leaving the pits for the time lap.
Hello.
You're back.
Hey. Sam Mumby in the chat talking about his team's 3 upgrades. One of the few to actually get.
I think he's the only one actually.
Yeah, there's just a couple of them with 2, and lots of teams with 1, and actually many teams with no upgrades at all. One of the few only people to have 3 is Mumby's team.
Yeah, some teams somehow decided to skip the upgrade window and save some money. Maybe for the future.
I think one of the big problems was a lot of people overestimating their package and picking sponsor contracts that they couldn't quite fulfill.
That's also true, but some teams had all the money to get 1 or 2 upgrades, and yet they decided to skip anyway.
Maybe specific weaknesses they're saving up to try to mitigate all at once, or doing a couple of risk-it-alls simultaneously. We'll have to see when the next window comes up.
We have Nathan McCain starting his lap and already finding some traffic. That's not ideal.
Nothing like a Mazda 323 hatch getting in the way.
Yeah. We also have Tarquini. There's a cluster of cars there, including Thompson, Pirro, and John Cleland. Looks like very few cars got clean air for their first lap. This is gonna be crucial for the starting grid. And how they shape up. We have the first time lap by Naoki Hattori with a 138.3. Now the times are coming. Stuck in second place after some dreadful races because of the difficulty in driving his car.
To see, have
Now-
to see.
Now he seems to be back. He's already improving by a full second.
The time, Satori, Stuck, Kane, Pirro, Brack, Hoy, Muller, Tarquini, Cleland, and Thompson right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hattori's time is gonna be shattered in a matter of seconds.
Pretty easily. Scott just went fourth. Alesi, his first time across the line, got one. Looking like we've got green deltas for everybody on track right now, pretty much. Pirro, Hoya, Alesi, Brack, Muller, Radish, Tarquini, Cleland, Thompson, all up. Stuck also up. Moreno also up.
Ooh, big slide by James Thompson.
Nice catch. The Russian Pride Racing Corolla dorying around as he is wont to do. Wouldn't be a Russian racer in a Russian race car without some hard boss drifting.
Torpedo style. And Wee Hoy gets provisional pole with a wonderful 137 flat.
Very nice time. Next closest is Brack in the .7s. Muller improves to a .1. Next closest driver on a time lap that's still improving is Nidell.
Looks like the vento is way too low for this track. Because the splitter is scraping.
Just a little bit wiggly there.
And Pirro gets the fastest lap with a 136.2. They keep tumbling down. Let's see if we can get some 35s.
Guessing high 35, maybe mid 35 will probably be where about all the cars start to level off. What we've noticed with the behavior of the drivers so far this season is they have a propensity to run quite a while in their practice or qualifying sessions on the soft tires and have the fuel slowly come down and start on a full fuel load rather than short fueling and doing little 1 or 2 lap runs like you would in real life.
Yeah. They also have the tendency to come out way too late for their second stint.
Way too late for their second time run. A little bit of a traffic jam up here. And the Nissan Sentra. Hans-Joachim Stuck going quite well.
Stuck is right on level with the pole time at the moment.
0-0-0 at the last the Delta, exactly identical. He's definitely going to get held up by Brack here, though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Pretty badly as well. But this should put him, looking at how far the pole time is clear, he should be somewhere between 10th and 5th with this lap, despite being impeded slightly. Which is
Let's
good.
see. One thing's for sure, it's definitely faster than
Brack at
the latest
least.
races. Smile Power seems to have found their lost
A little
form
bit of power.
of the first race. Ooh, big power slide there.
BMW is still hating the curbing here.
Here we go, final turn. Down the main straight. And this... Ooh, where is it? Ooh, 9th place.
Yep.
That's a big
Just
improvement.
about. Big improvement.
At the moment they're all on track, but nobody's improving.
No, they're starting to fall off past the tire delta. So it seems like lap 2 or 3 of the run is where the cars start to burn off enough fuel to get quicker, but they still have some tire under them. And then after that, the drivers tend to go for another 1 to 3 laps and then pit, and then start leaving the pits right when they absolutely need to at the last second to get in 1 or 2 more timed laps for their second run. But then they often miss the cutoff. So really look at the positions not to change too wildly from where they are right now. Pirro just slightly up on his own time. Mutehouse into the 36.4s, but not currently with any improved deltas.
Yeah, Peter finally got some clean air. It's all by himself on this portion of track. And so we might see some improvement on his side. Also with their brakes, the 2 Accords are some of the fastest car on track.
Yes, absolutely.
They have a lot of power. I think the favorites as of now are Pirro and Nidel.
For sure, they're both
that Alpha
doing
is
really
pretty
well,
strong.
very consistently, which is the important thing. That Alpha 155 and the Honda Accord both go really well, without needing too many upgrades, and leave you enough cash spare to get a decent driver in the car. So, definitely some good things going on.
Pirro got a 36.1, marginal improvement, but he got a better lap.
What I'm really liking is after the first upgrade cycle, there are definitely cars out front with the top teams that have clear advantages, but the bottom and midfield of the pack is a lot closer than it was before. If you look at the times, drivers in the 137.7 all the way from 18th to 10th, and drivers in the 137.38 all the way from 25th to about 20th. So there's definitely cells of cars on different paces now. You got about a top 10 all in the 136, the middle 10 all in the 137, and the bottom 5 just barely at the bottom end of the 138s. But the whole field is in about 2.5 seconds with 25 drivers, which is really great.
New house going for the best time. Not yet. He hasn't improved. Probably some slips in the final sector. Pirro is 5,000ths of a second below his best lap. So he still has something in those tires. Here we are. On the poorly placed advert boards. On the last
First
corner.
group of drivers starting to enter the pits as Pirro's going to bank this fast lap. Muller and Brack both in. With 2 minutes and 50 left in the session. And a pit lane delta exit lap's probably about 150 flat. So look for drivers leaving in about the next 50 seconds to 1 minute to make one more time lap. And anybody who leaves after that to not get another one in. Hans-Joachim Stuck is up.
Let's check him because he has some traffic ahead, but
might have enough clear circuit to get this one
Yeah.
banked, unlike the previous one.
also Newhouse and Pierre again are improving.
Scott now also in the pits.
It's gonna be close. Stuck still improving.
Final sector. Tricky double right here.
There he goes.
Very, very
Final
difficult.
corner, flat out. Maybe some slipstream from the Ford.
No, definitely too far back, but I don't think he
Oof.
needs it.
And he gets second place.
Yeah. Definitely didn't need it.
Now it's gonna get shut up
So-
in traffic.
Anybody currently in the pits is not going to be able to set a new time at this point.
Definitely not. It's 1 minute to go. I think it's pretty much over. Unless Piro manages to improve. And he does. 18,000
He's
up.
It's 18 thousandths. That's it. He's got it banked. He doesn't need this, but he's going to put it in anyway, I think.
Just as an expression of supremacy by the Honda.
Yes. Beautiful Japanese supremacy. Honda Accord. Honda Accord.
Yeah. If Emil Taylor is watching us, he knows what we're talking about. Oh, and look at Nidell. He's got second place and he's improving.
Okay, this is interesting. Maybe Pirro does need this lap.
Just as I said, the Racing Wombats Alpha is one of the best cars on the grid. If not the best at the moment. Final corner for Pirro. This is his final lap. And he stays there with no improvement. Well, let's follow Tiff Nidell now. Nidell might snatch the pole at the last second. Oh no! What happened? I think it.
breakdown in qualifying.
I think it's just out of fuel. They miscalculated.
Oh, okay.
They tried to get one last lap, but they miscalculated.
Newhouse also up on all of his deltas, and
Let's
currently
see.
on a time house. Should be one of the last ones to get one in.
Let's see if the MSR engineers did a better job. Seems to have the fuel to finish the lap. Down the straight. And he can't improve.
Very close though.
That was probably the most exciting qualify we had as of now.
Yeah, definitely. After the first upgrade phase, the teams that went for less expensive cars but better drivers and had money left over for an upgrade have all got upgrades, and some of the teams that had better cars but worse drivers are getting caught up to a little bit. The field has definitely tightened up a little bit. We've had circuits from the beginning of the season where there was, a 3 or 4 second a lap difference at a lap that was about this length, and now the whole field's within about 2. This is really good.
Yeah, we have 10 cars in a second, and it's a medium-sized track with some fast corners, some technical corners, so it's really showing that the cars have improved.
Yeah, this is really great to see. Super excited for this.
So we have Pierre on pole, Impact Racing Team gets the additional point, then Nidal, Stuck, Newhouse, Scott, Hattori, Felic, Miller, Alesi, and Hoy closing the top 10. And then all the other drivers. But I'd say we should go to the race now. Here we are, for the usual grid walk.
These beautiful cars. Smile Power Racing in third. I definitely expect Stuck to do well here, considering all the medium speed, long corners. This will be interesting to see.
Let's keep an eye on him for the start, because he's the only one with a rear-wheel drive car.
Rear-wheel drive.
It's gonna have a pretty good launch.
None of the privateer teams electing for a rear-wheel drive car either, interestingly enough.
Maybe for next season. We also had an update to the main mod we were using, and the rear-wheel drive is way better there. So it might entice some people to choose the BMW or any other rear-wheel drive car. But enough talking. Here we are on the grid for the start of the race 1. And here we go. Good launch by Stuck. Also Piro.
Very good.
Newhouse already attacking Stuck. Everyone got off nicely. No incidents to report.
Ooh, did somebody not get off the line, or was that the safety car that we saw just now?
Yeah. It's my Beamer. Peter trying to form a gap on the first lap. Oh. Newhouse still attacking Stuck. Goes on the outside. That is too far. In the meantime, let me remove my car real quick. Here we go. Little bit of a contact between Thompson and Nathan McCain. Nidal is pretty close to Piero now. He's gonna try the move for sure in a couple laps. It's Stuck trying to catch up. The duo in front. Ho in 5th place. And all the others. Nidal is attacking Müller on the inside. Clean move. Gets the position, and also Hattori. Because Müller got a really bad exit there. Let's see if he can hold the Japanese driver. Seems he could.
Very, very close in the midfield. Very, very, very much enjoying watching this after the first upgrade phase. Things to look out for. Pirro, Nadal, Stuck making quite a breakaway up front, but Stuck under pressure by Newhouse and Hoy. So they're going to separate into a fighting cell for the podium. And then all the way from Scott down to Schmidt, everybody in here is nose to tail. They've got both the factory drivers in there. They've got everybody down to 25th is in this cell. There's a whole race all the way from 8th down to 25th at the far back of the grid. So it looks like the race for the lead and the race for the podium are going to be quite interesting. And then a whole big clump of people all the way racing from 8th to 25th. That's really great to see. I'm glad to see the cars closening up after the different team strategies of how to spend their money with the upgrades. This is very, very nice.
Nidal is side by side with Pirro. He's gonna try the move.
Managed to get the inside.
There he is.
Does right to the corner claim. Very, very nice. No contact either. Very clean. Very clinical.
The Brit is showing all of his experience in touring cars. And Pirro now has to follow.
Yes, Tiffany Dell, one of the most decorated female racing drivers of all time.
They're still pretty close. Already pulled a big gap in from third place. Ooh. Newhouse almost tried to move on the chicane there. Would have been pretty bold. There he goes. And tries to get side by side.
Ooh, nose to rear fender. Stuck doesn't owe him any space yet, but he's definitely taking the look.
Ooh, using the full curb there. Some aggressive bits of driving by the Canadian.
That section that goes downhill there and has that curb is very, very difficult, especially if you ever get a chance to race the 1960s layout available for R Factor 2. The curbs are massive, so you can't really use them in that context. But on the modern track, you can get all the way over them. And you want to try to straight line that curb, break in a straight line, and then get into that slow double left that loosens and climbs up the hill to get the best launch you possibly can. I would actually look for some of the AI to maybe try to make an overtake 4 wheels off all the way on the curb around the outside, because the banking of that corner gives you extra grip as you're exiting, and they should be able to launch around somebody.
Yeah. Newhouse showed that it's definitely possible.
Especially if you get in there and you have no other choice because you're a little bit overcommitted, huh?
The car gets so upset on the corner. It's pretty difficult to keep it straight in the braking zone.
Zelly's taking a look at Hoy. Hoy's been having a great start here. Really, really good start phase.
Yeah, it's got a good qualifying.
Very, very, very heavy car the Mondeo is, with a lot of power in that V6 up front. I've noticed they seem to chew tires a little bit compared to some of the other front-running cars in the series, so I'd look out for that.
For their upgrade window, they decided to improve the drag. Ooh, and Zelich. Oh. That was too bold.
Way wide at the previous corner, got him offline for the next one, and just nowhere to go and looped it, unfortunately.
He'll have some cars to pass now.
Sliding
implying
back
he didn't
in front of Biela.
Implying he didn't overcook the tires with that slide.
Hoy now on the offensive against Newhouse up here. Again,
Nidal.
Newhouse getting separated off of the back of Stuck and Pirro quite a lot. Nadal all the way up front.
Wow, massive gap there. He's running away.
Huge, 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 huge gap.
Racing Wombats Alpha with 317 horsepower. One of the most powerful cars on the grid. Pretty light as well.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
And they also
power.
got a drag improvement. So they're extremely fast on a straight line.
Yikes.
I have a massive advantage on this track because it's flat. Velis has already gotten past Rick Scott. It seems to be in a bit of trouble now. Started in 6th, I think, and he's already down to 10th. Look at the swarm of cars, all trying to get a chance. It's gonna be tight for points, especially for the last place in points, which is 15th.
Yeah, all the way down to the final points paying position in 15th. I'm trying not to be too biased, but I'm watching my driver Kasten Schmidt with a hawkish eye right now, looking at how close the whole field is.
Yeah.
He's definitely outdriving
That's
that
crazy.
poor VW Vento.
Look at that.
Oh god.
5 cars.
They're just all glued together. That's amazing.
Ooh, sick, yeah. With the old bump and round.
Ooh. Oh, he put the bumper to him. You didn't get by him though.
Was just a warning, maybe. Just gonna try it again.
It's just a warning shot.
Ooh, almost 3 wide here. Moreno taking the slipstream off. Kasten
Schmidt really vulnerable too, because that VW does not have good drag, and it's not very powerful.
Moreno gets past.
Schmidt qualified in 16th though, and there's been a couple of drivers who've had unfortunate things happen in front of him, so all he needs to do is try to desperately hold on for that 15th like in the previous round.
He's already attacking back. Ooh, a bit too wide. Oh, he's got a good exit. Let's stay on him. Ooh. I think he gave Moreno the... Oh, and Moreno's pushing me off the track. Wow.
Oh my god. Moreno and Schmidt knocking 7 bells out of each other for 12th. They might throw all of their points away if they don't calm the hell down right now.
Still plenty of laps to do it, so be careful, guys.
Only 5 laps in.
This is great racing we're watching.
I'm very happy with how much the field has tightened up after the first round of upgrades. This is awesome to see.
Schmidt is still there. Might try the move now.
Still there.
Gotta be tired at the exit.
His turn for the slipstream this time, but the question is the Vento just too slow? Because those Renaults have a lot of power. They're heavy. They don't handle great, but they're really good in a straight line. You can see Kasten Schmidt tucked up in the toe, but still not able to get by. Just kind of holding station there.
Yeah, at some point he clips the Lagunas a little bit more power, so he can run away. Hattori with the fastest lap in the meantime.
All the way down at 7th. Very nice job. If they can stay nose to tail like this and not fight with each other too much, Schmidt and Moreno do look like they are pulling ahead of Brack and McCain in the last 2 points paying positions right behind them. Hattori has managed to suck up to the back of Muller and Hoy in that cell in front at the top of the field as well. Nadal absolutely cruising ahead of Pirro and Stuck, but Stuck starting to provide a lot of pressure to Pirro. Hoy honestly looks like he doesn't have what I would consider a comfortable gap to Muller behind him, but there's definitely a gap starting to form there.
Things seem to have settled a bit now. They're all in the studying phase. Trying to save a bit of tire and get the best out of their cars. Frank Bila stumbled down to 25th and last. What happened to him? Might have spun. Oh, and the estate is off as well.
Uh-oh. Right in front of them, too.
And now McRae is in last place.
Aww.
Got a bit wide on the exit, on the penultimate corner, and touched the gravel. And in the meantime, Stuck has gotten past Pirro and is now in second place, trying to catch Lightning Lidl. This massive lead. Oh, Torres in the
no.
gravel, oh no. Made the same mistake as Velic.
Looks like a lot of cars really struggling with the rear brake balance as they come into that slow decreasing radius right-hander. They're very much an unsafe rejoin there, almost knocking out Zelic as
Yeah.
well.
Seems they're a bit too overconfident on that corner.
Yeah, a lot of what I'm noticing is a lot of the drivers who get it wrong there really bomb it in, and then they just can't get it down to the apex. So they're on the brakes and trying to trail brake, but it's making the back come out more and more, and the car just runs out of grip to give them. Newhouse starting to suck up to Muller, who seems to be struggling a little bit on those tires as they wear in.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big battle for 4th place. They're getting butched up. Also, Lazy is joining the party. Let's see if Velic and Nattori can catch up and regain those positions they lost. At this point, I think only a mechanical failure or some lapped cars can put an end to Tiffany Dell's run, because it's way too far ahead. In total control. Doesn't need to push.
Hoy, very impressive drive. Keeping Muller comfortably behind, Newhouse in tow, although both of them quite close. Lacey is back there, but he seems to have dropped off at the back of them just a little bit. Yeah, Bielo is doing really good in the preseason, but it seems like after the first upgrade round here, maybe that Corolla is starting to struggle just a little bit. I'm not sure.
They got an upgrade, but I don't remember which one. Think power, maybe? Or drag. But at the moment it doesn't seem to help.
Schmidt all the way down in 15th. Something must have definitely happened with Biela up there to shake up the midfield so much.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened, but maybe a whole bunch of the cars came together with how close they were running.
He's lost a couple of spots.
And that's a round where Biela was running with him. So I almost wonder if Biela wasn't trying to get by Schmidt and they bounced off of each other.
That's a possibility. Given how aggressive the drivers are on this track.
Oh yeah. Not very much space already, and they are throwing some kind of moves.
Stuck with the fastest lap, desperately trying to catch Tiffany Dell in the Alpha. It might be too late, because we're on lap 10 of 18.
And that's just how it goes with the BMW. It might not be the fastest overall, and it has specific circuits that are its weakness, but it's a really fast car when you get down to the end of the race, and all the front-wheel drive cars are starting to chew tires.
Yeah, that's unfortunately there's no middle ground. It's either one of the fastest cars overall, or the absolute worst.
Yeah, that's what I've been noticing. It's kind of weird.
Ooh, Hattori has lost a lot of ground, and is now being attacked by both Moreno and Rick Scott, which are side by side. Ooh, Scott gets the position. And here I think we have the battle for the Works Cup, because Scott is leading in the Audi, but is being catched. It's being followed very closely by Masanori Sekia in the Tom's Toyota. And the Lazy got past John Newhouse. Piero catching up Stuck. I think Stuck might have some issue, maybe with the tires. I don't know. But he's lost a lot of ground, and now Pirro is trying to move. And he's up to second place again. In the Impact Racing Team Honda. Newhouse again on Jean Alesi. Oof.
Ooh, that's where you got to do that if you're going to do that.
Side by side, side by side. Now it's gonna back up a bit and get to the slipstream.
Get the toe on the main straight. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's smart.
Yeah, but also Alesi has the toe from the Mondeo. So I think it's a bit ineffective. And as expected, nothing changes. Oh, Stuck got second place again. It seems like the BMW suffers in the middle sector, but then regains all the time lost in the other two. I'm still not sure about that, but that's probably the case, judging by the battle with Pirro.
I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to be a commentator, but if this keeps going, I'm so happy that my boy Caston Schmidt is gonna actually get points on pace in like one of the worst fucking cars in the league. This is so. I'm so happy. Going for one reliability and one performance upgrade, I think, was definitely the strategy to go for HRT this time around. Very happy with that.
Hattori really close to Markus Velic now. Might try the move on turn 1. He's definitely gonna do it.
Definitely got the run alongside. Very clean. Very, very clean.
Nothing
very well
Velic could do there. Just had to yield the position.
That's definitely something you got to understand about when you're approaching an opponent on a straight. There have been some awkward situations in a couple of leagues I'm in recently where drivers just get next to somebody and then they don't brake at an equal distance from them. But you can completely overtake by braking at the same time as your opponent if you've pulled out and they haven't done a defensive move and you're on the inside, because then you have a right to the corner. But if you try to overtake them and then you brake too early, the driver on the outside actually still has the right to the line, because then they're going to pull ahead of you by the entry. So expect them to chop your nose off. You don't have to outbrake your opponent when you're on the inside. You just have to brake at the same time as them from an equal distance, and you can get the move done cleanly. Speaking of cleanly, Rick Scott getting taken out by one of the factory Toyota drivers back there.
The comedic timing was perfect on this one. We were talking about clean driving and here we have someone punting off another fellow driver.
Very nice. Very,
and
very
Schmidt
nice.
gained the stop.
Schmidt really, really starting to make up time on Brack in front of him, too. Look at that.
And then punt was for the lead of the Works Cup race, because Sekia is now in first place in its class.
The works drivers really, really need that big oil company money.
Oh, look at the Volvos. That's where you need a team order.
Yeah, they're racing each other really, really close. Somebody's got to get on the phones and tell them to knock it the hell off, or Caston Schmidt behind is going to catch them. Not that I wouldn't be cool with that, but still. Rydell definitely going to fall into the clutches of Schmidt here, depending on how he can get that car down the main straight. That Vento really, really struggling with power and drag, I think. He's starting to get pressure from Rick Scott again behind him after his punt. He's going to start wanting to make those positions back as well. So got a whole gaggle here for the last points-paying position of the race. Ooh, yikes. The Volvo boys still going at each other.
That's your teammate. There he goes. He's lost the position, as expected.
Yep. Can't be doing that with your teammate. And now Schmidt and Scott are going to get bracked too, and they're both going to lose 2 positions.
Very late braking there for Schmidt. Almost losing the car.
Dancing the car in. That's okay.
Let's see if he can attack the Volvo of Kenny Breck. While we're starting lap 15 of 18. First 3 positions seem to be set in stone at the moment. No major changes. It's probably not over for 4th place, as we had 3 cars that are really close. Hattori has just gotten over Ivan Miller.
Muller putting in a really stalwart drive from the front, slowly losing position, dragging that car up there.
Look at Schmidt. He's pushing Breck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Getting all the way in there. He wants to go, baby. He's sick of waiting for him.
This is gonna be one hell of a battle.
He's like, hey, I learned this from your teammate. Let's have some fun. And look, them slowing each other down. Look at that group behind them. They got Christensen, Cleland, and Thompson all starting to catch on to the back of them because they're all being slowed down by Brack and Rydell, I think.
Yeah. Brack seems to be a little bit down of pace at the moment.
Could be the weight of that Volvo chewing tires, mayhaps.
And the train is forming behind him. Look at that. Lap 16.
Two laps to go. This could all get shaken up really badly with 2 laps to go yet.
I can't wait to watch race 2 actually, with a good racing.
Race 2 with the randomized grid is going to be extremely interesting.
The good racing this track is providing, it's gonna be exhilarating.
What I'm noticing is we've actually, unfortunately, had our first mechanical DNF of the race. Aiello down to 25th. Many of the teams going for reliability upgrades with their first upgrade of the series. Rightfully so, with how poor the reliability some of the faster, cheaper cars were at the beginning of the development cycle.
We can see the braking marks there on the start-finish straight. I think that's where he got this failure.
Engine must have let go at high speed. Stuck still pounding out fastest laps and catching Nadell, but that period early in the race that Nadell got clean air and managed to just walk away and create that gap is just now insurmountable for him, unfortunately. He's not going to lose this race. He's just going to run out of laps to get out front.
Lazy trying to move for 4th place on Wilhoy. So Velic just gotten past Ivan Miller, which is tumbling down the order. Oh, look at Schmidt. Breck has found his place again, his pace again. And Schmidt is in trouble.
Schmidt's in big
trouble.
Oh, don't do that to my boy. Look at how they massacred my boy.
Rydell has lost another spot, and that was for the points. Now Christensen in 15th place. And the game keeps freezing for some reason. I'm sorry. Oh no! I think Schmidt... I thought Schmidt got a mechanical failure because I saw him slowing down.
I did too, my heart stopped.
It was just a corner. Oh, look at the battle for 4th place. And the final lap is about to start.
Are we working the last lap, or is there one more?
I think it's the last lap now.
It looks like everybody up front is going to hold station up to about 6th or 7th position. I really, really want to see that cell that's running from about 8th down to 12th. Oh yeah, Tiffany absolutely fucking smashed this race. Oh, yep, look at this. Last couple of points paying positions. Looks like behind Schmidt there was even more shakeups. More of the factory Volvos got passed by, I think it was Sekia, it looked like? Or maybe Masanori? One of the factory Toyotas got by both of the Volvos into the points and relegated them, I think.
Let's see.
Christensen. It's Christensen.
In the meantime, Nidell crosses the line for his 3rd win in the series.
Honestly, absolutely flawless. Definitely the
well
driver
deserved.
and team to beat right now. Stuck with the fastest lap is going to bring that home in a nice, very, very, very nice second from 5th or 6th on the grid.
He was pretty close in the finish.
And Piro, for all that pace on board that V6 Honda Accord, definitely seems like it chews tires, so he's going to have to settle for 3rd, almost falling into the clutches of Hoy in 4th, who had a fantastic race with a Lacey. Newhouse is going to come home in 6th, and that kind of second cell of drivers there. And then Hattori, and then Zelig. After that, it's a little while back to Yvonne Miller, who drove a great, great drive, keeping that slow car up there as well as he could. And behind him, Moreno, who also had a great race. Tequila getting past that group in the mid-pack after a bad qualifying, comes home 11th, with Brack in 12th, one of the only 2 factory Volvos to score points. Rick, oh, what has happened here? Rick Scott and Christensen both by Schmidt on the last lap, who brings home the last points position for a single point in 15th.
Yeah, I think Schmidt had some kind of slip up in the last in the last sector, and he got
some kind of slip up, or was he given the suggestion to slip by somebody's car?
Still, he gets a point, so that's pretty good. And here we have the final standings. Tiffany Dell and Racing Wombats get, as I said, their 3rd win in the series.
$51,000 of upgrades for McRae's car. No improvement in position. I'm so sorry about that, Mr. Mumby. I'm so fucking sorry, dude.
They're gonna have better luck in race 2. Usually they do pretty well there, as they can keep their starting position. So Nidell winning the race, followed by Stuck and Piro rounding the podium. Then Hoya, Lazy, Newhouse, Hattori, Felic, Müller, Moreno. Sekia bringing home the win for the Works Cup, with Kenny Brack in 2nd place and 12th overall. Then Rick Scott, 3rd place for the Works Cup. Tom Christensen, Schmidt with the final point, and all the others. The only retirement from Ayel who got a suspension failure, apparently. So that explains the skill marks. Alright. Be ready for race 2. There we go. Random grid. And we have Jean Lazy on pole for race 2, followed by Carsten Schmidt. Our commentator will be happy about that. And then Colin McRae, as I said, race 2 is pretty lucky for his team. Then Marcus Delic, John Newhouse, Aiello, Cleland, Hoy, Sekia, Rydell, Christensen, Menu, Miller, Moreno, Pirro, Bila, Tarquini, Nidell, pretty far back. Just gonna have some catch up to do. Then Attori, Stuck, Scott, Rodic, Breck, McCain, and finally James Thompson. Let's get into the race and see what happens. Have the feeling this
I
is
would definitely look for Zelich to maybe win this race if he can get out front early. He's definitely the fastest car that is up front there in the first 2 rows. And then the next race that actually, the next car that's actually on the grid that I've seen win a race before is maybe Hoy down in 8th or 9th.
Also Newhouse and the laser pretty fast.
Yes.
I will keep an eye on that.
That'll be interesting up front.
With this mega pace, Nidell can have a great comeback. I wouldn't rule him out of the podium, actually. Here we are, final spot on the grid, and the race is starting. Race 2 is on. Pretty good launch by Colin McRae back there.
Very, very good launch. Used to launching off those rally special stages for sure.
He's got 2nd place.
Oh, wow. That was an aggressive move back over in the other direction into turn 1.
Yeah, I think they traded a little bit of paint there.
Definitely, for sure. Zelich still holding station in 4th. Hoy up 1 position. Cleland down 1. Factory Toyota's about where they are. Almost everybody else pretty much exactly where they were off the start.
Oh, big slowdown.
Uh-oh. Hell is going on here? Everybody stacking up behind Schmidt, I think it was?
Yeah. He tried some kind of cheeky move to create some gap.
Lacey is just absolutely gone. Zelich wants by these 2 fast if he's going to be able to catch him.
Let me remove my car.
Zelich a little bit of a wiggle on into that double right-hander, pulling up to Carsten Schmidt behind.
I yelled down to 7th.
Newhouse surprisingly not really keeping up very well with the group in front of him. I didn't expect that.
Oh, and again Schmidt.
Oh my goodness. I think Schmidt's being checked up by McRae, and then that's backing Zelich into him is what's going on there.
Either that or it's just some tactics.
I don't think the AI is smart enough to do the brake check cover on the Apex on purpose.
Let's pretend they are, so it's more fun.
Cleland doing quite well, also getting separated off the group in front of him a little bit. Expect that to turn into a bit of a train.
Ooh, that is
Really.
the big punt. He got tired of the mind games.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he does need through up front if he wants to win the race, and he is fast enough to do so, getting in there. Even after the punt, though, it's 2 or 3 corners later, and he still hasn't managed to completely overtake. I wonder what's going on with that.
Oh, look at Newhouse. Splitting the
Newhouse all the way in
situation.
there on Hoy. Very, very, very clean by Newhouse. Very good. From a long way back.
Schmidt with his nails out. Not letting everyone by. Wants that
See, because
podium.
what he wants is he wants by McRae, so then McRae can slow everybody down and who's faster behind him. And they're all losing touch of Alesi, who's got the fastest lap and is just pulling away out front now.
Yeah. Oof. Trying to move on McRae.
Ooh, that's late. That's late, but he's in. That's going to stick, I think. Yep, that's stuck. Very, very, very late move by Schmidt there.
So Newhouse with a bit of a dive bomb there.
On Zelik. Zelik just wants Newhouse to stop racing him so they can both get by McRae. This would be the point where you were pointing at somebody for like a push. You know what I mean? In the car, in real life, you'd be furiously waving your arms at them to like do a mimic like a push me.
That was indeed really bad for Zelich, as he was passed by Wilhoy as well. Wilhoy that's attacking Newhouse.
We're only 2 laps in, and with every corner he's watching his chance to catch the lead slip away. And then Hoy on Newhouse as well. The more these guys fight, the longer it's going to take them to get by McRae, and the more they're going to lose touch of Schmidt and Alesi. They need to knock this off quick.
They should really cooperate now to get by the slowest car.
There you go, Newhouse through. Very clean.
Alesi already with a gigantic lead.
Just absolutely disgusting. It's huge.
Nidell, in the meantime, has lost a place and is in 19th.
Ooh. Unfortunately, Tiffany not having the best race.
Look at the cluster of cars. That explains. That's the reason.
Yeah, this is kind of what we said we expected to have happen, and it's definitely happening. I'm sure because Nidell and Stuck are as fast as each other, they're at the lead of the group, racing each other for the lead, slowing each other both down into the cars behind them. Just like the guys up front were having issues with. To wait for them to see if they can salvage some points here.
The main group is starting to spread out a little bit. A yellow still holding on in the points. Two Hondas are coming back as well. Now Pirro's attacking Tarquini. Ooh, Attori. Gentle nudge there. So much going on at the moment.
Yeah, where I don't know where the camera crew can throw themselves that it's gonna be good.
We will need multiple screens. Theric goes by McRae.
There you go. They're by McRae, and now they're gonna want by Schmidt up here.
Austin Miller overtakes John Cleland. Look at McRae. Straight leg speed of the estate is incredible. Every time I see it.
Ridiculous. That's awesome. I love it. I love the fact that we have the Volvos, because there's no reason they should be up front with how many disadvantages they have. But every week they make it fun in race 2. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Hoy not wasting any time on that Volvo there. Getting fed up with it.
Schmidt still holding on to his second place.
I just hope that he doesn't get tapped in the corner defending too hard and then has a DNF due to the suspension. We've improved the reliability of the car, but it is still not contact proof, regrettably. What the hell is going down? What is going on?
Big
down
stack up
here
of cars.
for like 11th to 20th. Oh my goodness me. There's a menu and it's getting passed by Piro. Cleland's in it. Masanori is in it. Stuck is all the way up to 17th now. Hittori's in it. What is going on?
Ooh, ooh.
Oh my god.
Really aggressive by a Tori, as always.
Oh my god. Poor Aiello getting bullied.
Yeah, got sucked up in the field because of that. He's already out of the points. Oof. Also Bracken Radicic. And Nidal is in 22nd. Race 1 winner by a large margin is out of the points. Newhouse got him past. Schmidt, now it's Soy's turn. Theric has lost some ground. Newhouse might have lost some time, but he still has more than half of the race to try and catch Jean Alesi. Rick Scott in last place with the fastest time. Oh, Atari! Same mistake again.
Oh my good god. Oh. Big drift.
That was a nice save.
I don't know how he saved that. I mean, it's a front-wheel drive car, so sure, but I mean, come on.
Schmidt almost getting closer to John Newhouse.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this development. Me, Ted, not broadcaster man. I'm
Look
trying
at
to
that.
separate my two personalities as the team owner and the broadcaster. If I'm honest, I'm surprised that he isn't in like 6th or 7th right now and that all those guys behind him haven't gotten by already. I have noticed that Newhouse, maybe not Newhouse, but maybe the car or the car and track combination isn't super fast this weekend. Hoy and Zelli are both way faster than him. Muller's okay, but he keeps getting bullied late race. Cleland is doing really good. He was kind of slow last race, so I'm assuming he's going to start coming under attack from behind as the faster guys make their way through the field. I think this is really gonna get spicy at about lap 10 to 15 when the faster guys from down in the back of the field really start to get up to the front, the top 10.
Oh no! Thelic is out.
Oh no. Is he
Manages
all
to
the way
rejoin.
beached?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he managed to get back on, luckily. Oh no. Ooh, that was a little bit of a spicy rejoin.
Still the same mistake as in race 1.
Exact same spot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Ugh,
gotta be
that's
careful
rough.
there.
Well, if you can make a mistake on it once, you can make a mistake on it twice.
Lidl still stuck behind traffic. 19th place. They're gonna waste all the effort of winning race 1. Sekia letting by Christensen. Was a blatant team order there. They done it safely. Ooh, Moraine a little bit too wide. Was risky. Could have touched the gravel. Ooh, Christensen almost loose. Oh, oh no! Big crash!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! There's a lot of people in that. Who's in that? It's Tarquini!
Oh.
Oh my goodness! It is Tarquini. A yellow got hit. Tarquini was in it. Bielo was in it. Radish was in it. I think Scott just got tagged, or one of the Raven West cars. There's a lot of people in that.
So bumper flying off. Don't know whose bumper it was.
So
it was a
saying
Taurus.
earlier about those guys from like 15th to 10th getting up and catching people to race for the podium.
As in Mentorp, it was Hans-Joachim Stuck.
Hi Duke, I'm sorry for yelling. my adopted dog from the shelter is down the hallway looking at me scared because I was shouting about that. I'm sorry, buddy. Come here.
That was really unfortunate for Tarquini, and I was back in 24.
I'm not sure if you saw, but the back end of his car was off the ground. He got fucking looped, man.
If you put that thing sideways, no one is gonna go by.
Oh my good god. That thing blocked the whole road at once. Holy hell.
Imagine if it happens in one of the street circuits we're gonna race on, like Helsinki or Trois-Rivières.
Yeah, I noticed the smaller that the circuit gets, it was like, I can't remember what was it, rounds 3 and 4, or rounds 5 and 6 previously. We were on that really small Italian circuit, and the AI got wild. They got nutty, bro.
That would have been a red flag.
For sure, because all those cars would have been in that. There would have been like 100% track block. And Schmidt, honestly, really, Schmidt and Cleland really pulling it in for some of the slower privateer teams today, doing really good. Awesome drive.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
No, poor Stuck. Right out of the points places too.
Hattori and Stuck are the most aggressive drivers on the grid. And finally they clashed. Tarquini is probably cheering in the background, seeing that Stuck has lost his place. And meanwhile, Newhouse is pretty close to Jan Lazy, who wasn't able to keep his gap. It's gonna be a good battle for the win, I'm assuming. Wilho in third. Felic just got up to 5th place again. Ooh, and it's a battle for the 1st place in the Works Cup. Christensen on the outside. Ooh. That was a fantastic move from Tom Christensen. He's now leading the Works Cup. Nidell is almost in the points. One more car to overtake. Oof. Also Stuck trying to catch up after that incident. There goes, Nidell is in 15th. Big cluster of cars here behind John Cleland. The battle for the win is still shaping up. A couple more laps. Nidal trying to move on Sekia. There he goes. On the inside. And he's in 14th place now. And he's already attacking Colin McRae. Which is holding on to his points. With a shattered rear bumper. Clean move by Dell, which is now in 13th place. And Carsten Schmidt is getting caught by Marko Velic now.
Absolutely, that's definitely what we expected to happen. I hope he just lets him by clean.
Ooh! Big slide. Needs to cool down a bit. If he bitches it once again, it's gonna be bad for the whole team. And Newhouse has gotten by. He's now in first place. The MSR driver is about to win the race. Let's see how many laps are left, because I'm not sure. It's not showing yet. Velic really close. Okay, it's lap 13. Tries the move. Not yet. Velic seems to lack a little bit of aggression.
Yeah,
of
I have noticed
of
that.
the other drivers.
For sure.
Christensen comfortably in 6th place. I think that will be his best finish so far.
Yeah, clear ahead, clear behind. That should be pretty good for them, points-wise, for the Works Cup. That's very good. A lot of the other Works drivers struggling down the field because of the reverse grid.
Tom's Team Corona going for their double win in the Works Cup. Oh, and Cleland has lost a lot of spots. I think he might have spun, because he was in 6th place earlier in the race. That's unfortunate. Velic is now in 4th place. Nidal can get past Colin McRae.
Absolutely.
And it's now being attacked by Stuck. Stuck with a bird chassis showing on the back of the BMW. As the bumper is no more. Oh, Nidal trying the late move on the inside. Pretty clean. And he gets by. Let's also check the button for the lead because it's not over at all.
Not at all yet. And that cell back in 20, like we talked about at the start, still knocking 7 bells out of each other ages and ages and ages into the race.
I'm really sorry for that spin from Thelic because he might have had the pace to grab a podium there.
You're okay. He's recovering pretty well, I think, and that'll be a good points haul from today because he had a really good race one too, right?
He made the same mistake. I think he got 9th place. Not too bad, but not good either. Tiffany Dell signing the fastest lap for that additional point. And is now approaching Richard Rydell for 11th place. Once again, the late dive. Oof! Quite a consistent nudge there. And it goes by. Oh, and Varisic has retired the car.
That's really unfortunate.
I think that's a gearbox issue, judging by how he went into the pits. Lap 16 of 18. Newhouse has a little bit of a gap, but Alice is not too far off. Also Hoy is watching. Nothing much going on at the moment. This final stages of race 2 of the race of Spain. Let's see if Nidal can grab some more spots. McCree trying to get into the points again. It's gonna be pretty hard for them.
He's close though.
What
What?
What was that?
What the fuck was that? What were you saying? Huh?
That was by far the best move I've seen in this championship.
What is going on?
Wow, absolute masterclass from Colin McRae. That's what would you expect from a WRC champion. That was incredible. Completely sideways, yet he made it stick.
Aiello hasn't made up pretty much any spots since the start of the race down there, which is really disappointing.
He started way ahead. I think it was in 3rd or 4th. Then tumbled down. But they're one of the teams with no upgrades, so it's understandable.
Yeah.
And it was one.
I was hoping they could get me some points. They could get some points from that. That's really disappointing, honestly. Muller holding on as well. Muller's in 9th again, which I think is where he finished last race as well. 2 laps to go now.
Here we have the battle of the Hondas with Dome and Impact. That Tori goes by on the outside. Great move.
Again, Pirro seems to be struggling late in the race with tires compared to even the other Honda drivers.
Yep. Looks like Tori has the edge. He's just too aggressive. Midel trying to move on Moreno. Oh, it's gonna be close. Still side by side. And we have commenced the last lap with John Newhouse still leading. I think it's pretty much over for a lazy. So Velic is pretty close to Hoy, but that's not enough, not enough track to get it down. Nidal trying again on Moreno. But McRae is catching his shot after single point from this 15th position.
He looks like he'll hold on to it too. He's got the back half to go.
Oh, look at Velic! Battle for the podium going on. Hoy has lost a lot of pace in the last lap.
Hoy has lost a lot of pace. That gap came down a ton. He's going to run out of places to make the move, though. They're coming to the final 2 or 3 right-handers in a row after the long hairpin. There's no major braking zone left. I don't think he's going to be able to get to him.
John Newhouse wins the race, followed by a lazy. Then we have Will Hoy, who manages to save his podium with Velic in 4th. Carsten Schmidt with a pretty solid 5th place.
Yeah, that's way better than I expected. I'm happy with that.
And then Christensen with 6th place and the win in the Works Cup. 2 wins for Toms. Then Attori. Peter in 8th place, Ivan Miller in 9th. Moreno holds on to his 10th place. Then Nidal, Rydell, Stuck, Sekia in 14th. And Colin McRae.
McRae is holding on for a point in the Brickmobile.
That was absolutely deserved. That was
115%.
That was the move of the championship. It's gonna be hard to topple. And then all the others with Radicic, who has retired. And race 2 is over. That was a great round, if I can say that. This track has provided some
that was
good
really,
racing.
really enjoyable. I think that the upgrades are definitely doing their part. Some of the people that, some of the team owners that are elected for more affordable cars with maybe a nicer driver, now that they've gone through the first phase and have gotten a couple of upgrades, are starting to get up there. The pace is very close. Very, very close. Look at how close the best lap times are, all the way from the top down to the bottom. There's some 37.1s and stuff like that on full fuel, and then all the way down at the bottom, it's 139. So the field has definitely tightened up a lot due to the first upgrade cycle being completed. Reminder to double check all of your sponsor objectives in case you have already completed them. Everybody, once they get updated in, before the next race, probably in the next week or so, depending on when we do that, and just keep abreast of the situation. Make sure that you're spending your money appropriately and that you upgrade where you think your car needs upgraded whenever you can afford it. The field is really, really close right now, so once we come up to the second upgrade cycle that ends after the next set of 3 race weekends, and we're getting towards the midpoint of the series, I think that it's really, really going to start to tighten up and spice up even more.
Next race is going to be interesting as well, because we're going to Finland for round 5 at the Helsinki Thunder circuit, street
That's
circuit.
Really
First
cool,
of our
isn't
street
it?
circuits in the calendar.
Hell yeah.
So the walls are going to be pretty close this time. All right. And with this win from John Newhouse, we're closing the stream. And see you next time.